Hey, welcome back, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down and analyzing the Mars Argo lawsuit. A lot of content creators have been overlooking the major point of this lawsuit, and they're saying, oh well, this can't be copyright, that can't, this copyright, this is a domestic violence lawsuit as well. To me, the bigger point of this lawsuit is domestic violence and abuse, the harassment, and I don't think the bigger picture needs to be overlooked. These are the exact allegations of the lawsuit. I want to go ahead and point something out that a lot of people are overlooking. This is Brittany Alexandria Sheets, an individual, aka Mars Argo, is the plaintiff, versus Corey Michael Mixter and Mariah Rose Pereira. A lot of people kind of forget that this lawsuit is against Poppy, but that is the case. It's not just Corey Michael Mixter, it's versus Corey Michael Mixter and Mariah Pereira. Keep that in mind. Now, one of the first things the lawsuit opens up with is the fact of the abuse. It doesn't start off with copyright infringement. I think the copyright infringement pales in comparison to the psychological abuse and manipulation from Corey Mixter. In January 2014, after confronting Mr. Mixter about his recurrent infidelity, Ms. Sheets ended her relationship with Mr. Mixter and asked that their association become strictly professional. However, Mr. Mixter did not honor Ms. Sheets' request following the end of their romantic relationship. Now, I watched, it was Michael McCruden's channel, a couple other channels. Michael McCruden's channel focused on the copyright as well. They even made it into a game where Mars Argo versed Poppy. I felt like that was demeaning of the situation, and they were not taking seriously. It almost demeaned the entire Me Too movement. I didn't find it a clever video at all, and they even had a poll of Mars Argo versus Poppy at the end of the video. Other videos were pointing out only the copyright infringements. I don't understand how content creators can see the copyright infringement as more of a bigger issue than the abuse allegations, because the abuse and manipulation from Corey Mixter became too much, and it actually made her have to stop making the content and eventually move away from LA. We can't forget, while all this was happening, Mr. Mixter calculatedly transformed another woman, Mariah Rose Pereira, known as stage name That Poppy or I Am Poppy, into a Mars Argo knockoff. Although Poppy was a natural brunette, after meeting Mr. Mixter, Miss Pereira dyed her hair specifically platinum blonde, and in character as Poppy started to alter her voice to be a pitch higher in order to mimic Mars Argo's distinctive speaking voice. I was watching lawyers talk about this, where one in particular was saying that, oh, Mars Argo doesn't own the copyrights for her voice. She doesn't own the copyrights for her blonde hair. It's not copying. I think if you realize that Mr. Mixter did this after his abusive behavior, directly picked up Poppy and transformed her, had her dye her hair, had her change her voice after all of this harassment and forcing Brittany to leave LA, we can clearly see why he did this. We can clearly see that he did this on purpose. It's not copyright. Quit throwing copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is one aspect of this lawsuit. We cannot forget the bigger picture. We're going to take a closer look into the Copyright Act of 1976, specifically amended 17 USC 101. The court subject matter jurisdiction. We're going to take a look at some of these codes. We're going to see what they mean. So, motion pictures and audiovisual works consisting of a series of related images which, when shown in succession, impart an impression of motion together with accompanying sounds, if any. All this is public things that you can look up. I will leave some of these codes in the description so you can go over them. But I want you to take, for example, I am a manager of a partnered live streamer for Mixer.com. That's Microsoft. Now, take for example the way that his stream looks, the colors, the logos, the designs, each specific way of the sounds in the video. Each one of these aspects can be copyrighted. They can be copyrighted from the way it looks, from the way it sounds, from the specific jingles in the video, the looks, and more. If something was to happen between me and this person and it just didn't work out, he could not then take that full design. If I copyright that, he could not take that full design onto another stream and just rename it, because I have copyright that specific look, sound, and way it comes across to the audience. Let me show you a specific example from the huge company Coca-Cola. Okay, we went to the copyright.gov. This is public. I put in Coca-Cola. There are thousands of copyrights from Coca-Cola, thousands of them. We're just gonna click one. We're gonna go in and just read a little bit. So this one is a Coca-Cola dance. So this is a specific dance from Coca-Cola. Yes, you can copyright a specific dance. The popular game Fortnite has many dances that the characters do. Every single one of them have a copyright. So this is a dance from Coca-Cola. Let's click another one. This is a sweater design of Coca-Cola. So, and again, this is public record. You can search for all these. So sweaters designs and a specific dance right off the bat. Now, another good thing to know is trademarks. Trademarks are a different thing as well, and this is also public record. They have more to do with a name or a logo. Another really good one is you guys are going to relate to is PewDiePie. PewDiePie did this is on this public record. PewDiePie did this is his name. He got he's trademarked his name. You trademark it under different codes. This one is movies, namely audio, video recordings featuring video games, playing commentary, and it goes on and on and on. Many different codes. So you can see what I'm saying is that we'll go back to the lawsuit on specific examples. Like here, this is a popular picture here. It's a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Mars Logo doesn't own this look. She doesn't own this look." Oh, you can see it's possible to copyright sounds, even trademark things. Look at this, wings. Oh, she does. There was the one guy with the whiskey. He says, "Oh, doesn't own the wings. Doesn't own the wings, and oh, doesn't own the blood and the black shirt." And that you hear them talking about this. Even this right here doesn't own the devil in a thing. And now that I've shown you that just the depth of copyright and trademark, what you can copyright, even a specific dance, I hope that opens up your eyes a little bit more. But what I'm trying to say is that, and what these content creators making these videos are completely leaving out, is the fact that it's not a comparison of how much the copying is, even though the copying is absolutely evident. It's more of a representation of the psychological abuse that this girl had to go through. She has PTSD from this, psychological effects from someone that she loved and looked up to, doing this to her. Can you imagine how that would feel? This, and again, drop the focus of content creators. Drop the focus of the copyright infringement. The bigger picture here is the abuse. Okay, it's horrible. It's demeaning to the situation, and I think the entire Me Too movement, for you guys to only focus on the copyright infringement because it solely focuses on YouTube. I think we need to not lose sight of what this lawsuit is about and just really focus on the psychological abuse this girl went through. It's not right. Now, I want to go ahead and focus on common law right of publicity. The word common law is another thing. What that means is that, and this is what the Mars Argo lawsuit, I believe, is going more towards. Common law is, yes, you can go and you can trademark your name, you can copyright your dances and everything like that, but it's not mandatory or necessary for you to have a copyright or a trademark to own your specific brand. The reason for that is because of common law. Let's say if Coca-Cola's brands were to all expire for whatever reason, and then somebody else could not legally, someone could go grab it up and own it. Yes, that you could do that, but it wouldn't last very long because of common law. Common law means the brand has been around for 3 to 5 years. It's easily recognizable as Coca-Cola. It is an established brand. The whole world knows and recognizes this as identifying that brand, so it falls under common law. You don't necessarily have to have a trademark or copyright if the whole world knows exactly what that is through common law. It pointed out in concerts that Poppy's look was so closely identified to the Mars Argo brand that they were yelling, "Where is Mars Argo?" at the concerts. All these lawyers that are going through this lawsuit, I am not a lawyer, and not once did you guys bring up the term common law. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm really knowledgeable in this stuff. I watched the whole Ups 2 video. It's like an hour-long video. I watched it, had a whole day of it, and meticulously analyzed it when I was getting my trademarks. So I knew this right away. Common law is what this lawsuit is about. So yes, by common law, many of these examples are pointing out the fact that Corey Michael Mixter and Miss Pereira knew exactly what they were doing when they copied Mars Argo. Everything that they're doing is easily recognizable to the Mars Argo brand. Under common law, Mars Argo will win without a doubt. But like I said, I don't want to misinform you about this, as I'm not a lawyer, but this is a psychological abuse here. Even when, look at this, blue eyeshadow. It's crazy. Can you imagine the poor girl and what must have been going through her mind? We're going to take a look at the domestic violence damages. A lot of the lawyers were saying that there's a statute of limitations. Let me show you this. Why they didn't show you this themselves, no idea. So this is the time of commencing in civil actions under domestic abuse. So 3040.15. In any civil action for recovery of damages suffered as a result of domestic violence, the time of commencement of the action shall be the later of the following. Number 1. Within 3 years from the date of the last act of domestic violence by the defendant against the plaintiff. Number 2, within 3 years from the date plaintiff discovers or reasonably should have discovered that an injury or illness resulted from the act of domestic violence by the defendant against the plaintiff. We can see, obviously, that the case is within the 3 years time limit, and she does see that there is reasonable need because she does have PTSD. It is diagnosed. She has doctors' track records of all of this. And the last part we're going to check out is the violation of California's unfair business law, 17200. As used in the chapter, unfair competition shall mean and include any unlawful, unfair, or fraudulent business act or practice and unfair, deceptive, untrue, misleading advertising. But like I said, I don't want you guys to forget, he broke into her house, he broke her things, he manipulated her. He's in her house right there taking a picture. I don't want you to forget what this case is truly about. It's not so much about copyright infringement as in the Me Too movement and the psychological abuse of this poor girl. But as interesting as this is, and you know it's interesting, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and or interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes, and as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. It really aggravates me that these people that are covering this topic don't even know the topic, and they don't seem to focus on the fact of all the abuse. They seem to be focusing on the fact of copyright. Why is copyright more important than the bigger picture of this abuse? I don't know. But as the news develops, we are going to be updating this on Repzilla Twitter. You need to make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on, because you don't want to miss these updates as they come out. Because I know you're a member of the Rep Squad, and if you're not, how do you do that? Well, all you gotta do is subscribe with notifications turned on, be in the comment section to every single video, because I'm gonna be there, Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad's gonna be there. It's just another reason how this channel loves you.